The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat.
A gain of 47 yards. First down, Packers.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
They'll go again to Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Packers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. This defense for the Packers, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
The Lions had 1-6 now. They've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. But I believe the Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there, because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Back to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game. Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
From the 38, Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Sometimes the visuals don't exactly work out the way you expect. They wanted to let him use his size there and float one up to him, but he wasn't able to get any separation. The DB was right on him and forced the incompletion.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Rodgers again now. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The kick by Marr is good.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Looking to throw.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. 52 yards rushing for him now at his first 2 carries of the ballgame.
So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
2nd and 4. Throw right side, complete to Carter. Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's got a man, complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And again, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, it's complete.
And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
Aaron Jones, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted.
And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers!
Christian Watson.
His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
Oh, wide open. Complete. Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson.
64 yards.
And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
From the 6.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 8.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. He'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
41 yards.
And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They find some open field here. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On the counter, here's Jones. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
65 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
play action. Now Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. The slot man in motion right. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting them the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown, but incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
On the move to his left. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And that one results in 35 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers!
4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Packers take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Batted by the safety, but caught anyway.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
But when we see the ball tipped in the air, sometimes we get a little roll change, don't we? Because when it's in the air, sometimes the defensive back becomes a receiver. And in this case, the receiver looked like a defensive back, but ended up a receiver.
He caught it as a receiver. Hey, it worked out.
Worked out really well for them. But I'm telling you, the defensive guys,
frustrated.
Oh, frustrated. They're going to catch it in film.
45 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll look to throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit.
Back to throw here. Open man right side is Shark. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Lions are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
This is taken at the 23. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. 67 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Smith catches left side. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. They go play action here on 1st down. It's caught on the right side. Williams. Touchdown.
Jamison Williams.
His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Lions have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They're quickly out wide. This is Watson.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. He's going to air one out.
And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Pass incomplete.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Rodgers looking to throw. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. 48 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the foot.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers.
From 19 yards away.
And the Packers are on their way to a 9-0 start as they build on to their lead.
And now it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spent a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Rodgers throwing here. Oh, nice move. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Here's a give to Jones running left. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10.
Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Christian Watson
From 10 yards out.
And the Packers are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board.